Do you now think it's very expedient that this particular section of the Constitution be rewritten for clarity, so that those who want to, hold strongly or firmly to it will have it understood? Or do you feel there is need for it to be rewritten, or just to be left that way, and it's maybe because it's clear enough or not?
It is clear enough. It has been interpreted by the Court of Appeal as a presidential election petition tribunal. It has been interpreted by the Supreme Court. The final interpretation has been given by the highest court of the land. There is no need for it will amount to indolence and lack of sense of purpose on the part of the National Assembly to now say, oh, because some people agitated, because some people said this provision should be interpreted contrary to the position of the court, then they will go and amend it. No matter how much effort they make to make it clearer, it cannot supersede what the Supreme Court had interpreted. The purpose of the judiciary is to interpret the law. Having interpreted that particular provision of the Constitution, then it is now clear beyond any disputation. Where anybody comes back to or goes to any court to interpret that provision contrary to the position already stated by the Supreme Court, that person is calling for a award of very heavy costs against himself, because it ought to be punishable. Where a party is agitating an issue that has been determined and still urging the court to interpret it otherwise, will the High Court, Federal High Court or State High Court, now interpret that provision contrary to what the Supreme Court has stated? Can any Court of Appeal, any division of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria today interpret that provision contrary to what the Supreme Court has stated? Now, that provision has been critically examined by their lordships of the Supreme Court, and they have given their interpretation to it. That is the final. It will be absurd, even for the legislature, to now say for you to be clearer. No matter how much language they use, it is still subject to interpretation by the court. And the implication is that whatever language, no matter how much they even try to make it clearer, or whatever effort they want to put in to make it more lucid according to their own wisdom, it cannot supersede the supreme wisdom of the court. And that is why I would say that the National Assembly should not waste our precious financial allocations given to them, should not waste the precious time, legislative time, to be considering such an issue. For those who don't want to take it, that is the correct interpretation of the law, there is nothing anybody can do to help them. They are entitled to their opinion, but their opinion doesn't count when it comes to the interpretation of the Constitution, no matter the status of such a person. Let him even be a superior, most supreme senior advocate in Nigeria. It cannot substitute or supersede the decision already given by the Supreme Court on this issue.